Hi lovely crocheters, welcome back to my channel. If you are looking for a crochet friend, here I am. My name is Sandra and I'm the designer behind SandraStitches. And today I will tell you the story about this herringbone stitch pattern for a scarf that I'm working on. So grab your yarn and hooks and whatever projects you are working on, and let's get crocheting together. So, as you may know, maybe if you watch one of my latest videos, I will put the link here above, you would know that I've been traveling to Spain and Italy lately. I just came back for 1 month there, and I was obsessed, especially in Italy, about the pavement of the roads. No, I'm not talking about the, autostrads and big roads that you drive the cars. I'm talking about the streets in the cities, especially in the old cities. We went to Turin and we went to Venezia, Venice in Italy. The pavement of the street is made with little stones in all kind of different shapes. And one shape that caught my eye, that was everywhere, was this shape, like the herringbone stitch. And it was so neat because it was there for about, 400, 500 years, and it stayed there, and it's clean, and it's nice. In the old ages, the guide that we took the tour with told us that they used to put the little stones one by one. Still today they do it, but they put the stones one by one on the ground, on the dirt, right? To stop the floods when it was very rainy, and to make something very straight that people could walk, but also another function for that kind of usage of the stones was because of the horses. They used to ride horses, so the horse could not slide and fall on the street because the little stones will stop it. Amazing. And we're talking about 500 years ago. People used to think big. If you go to Europe and you see all these big, amazing buildings, all these churches and cathedrals built with thousands and thousands of stones and wood and kind of metal and everything there. And glass, it's so amazing. But also the engineering of the things, it's really, really interesting. So when I saw that, I said, okay, I have to do something about it and use this for my next project. And I said, okay, what does it remind me of? What stitch is the most similar to this kind of pavement in, like arrow shapes? Of course, the herringbone stitch. But I didn't know how to do it, how to work it. So I went and looked around some videos, and I must tell you, it's not an easy stitch. You have to get really used to it. Let me see where I am here now. I think, yes. So this stitch, it has like a back, it's like a reverse engineering of the single crochet. One row you reverse engineer it, and one row you do it straight, but also not a normal single crochet, okay? This is not going to be a tutorial about the herringbone, but there is some movement you have to do in both of the 2-row repeats that this stitch has, that you have to get used to it, and then you get into a rhythm that if you follow the rhythm, so it's okay, you can do it. I think I from 20 times until I got the rhythm of it, especially the back engineering of the single crochet. It wasn't easy, but it makes this beautiful, beautiful stitch, look, pattern. It's amazing. And here I'm working with very, very chunky yarn. I think it doesn't say in the label, but it's super chunky. And I'm using a 10mm hook. That's because I don't have a 12. I ordered one, still hasn't come, but I couldn't resist myself, so I started the project. I'm sure if I would use the 12mm, it would be a little bit more loose, but I'm using the 10. So it will become a very thick scarf, and also a little bit heavy, because this yarn is a little bit heavy. But this engineering of the herringbone kind of a pattern that they use in Italy and in Europe, in many places in Europe, it's very interesting because they thought about it. They thought about the well-being of the horses and also how to prevent floods and how to prevent the water not just flooding the city, but also not getting into the houses. So they use these little stones, like, I don't know how you call them in English. It's like, we call them like river stones that are very small, but very, polished, because they always sit in rivers, so the water polish them. So they're very, very slick, kind of. I don't know if that is the word in English. And using them in such a pattern, it's amazing. Think 500 years ago. I get inspired for my projects from a lot of places, really. I can see something in the street, a shape or a color or a combination of a shape or a color, and then immediately it can trigger, an inspiration for something that I can crochet with. I think to myself, how can I do this crocheting? So here we are. I'm crocheting the herringbone streets of Venice in the old city. That was really a place, amazing place. I must say, Venice, I don't think they had these herringbone streets, because everything there is in water, so no horses. You go from one place to the other by boat, or there are million how do you call them? Bridges that you can cross. But in Torino, amazing city, you can see it everywhere. And the kings there, because, before it became a country, Italy, it was kingdoms everywhere. All Europe was like that. So the kings used to put a lot of money into spectacular buildings and also streets. And it's funny that these streets are still there today, and they are used all the time by people, by cars, by bicycles, by everything, and they are still there. What this tour guide told us was that nowadays they put cement between the little stones to keep them there, because after, even though it's very good engineered what they did 500 years ago, but with the water of the rains and everything, the stones move. So now they put some cement, but there are some places, he told us, that they want to preserve the old methods. So there are some places that they are taking the cement out, and they want to restore the pavement with the little stones, just with dirt and not cement. Amazing. The things you learn when you're traveling the world. So this piece that I'm working on now is inspired by the streets of Turin, Italy, and these 500 years old pavement method of, I don't know what the name of them are, little stones, very sleek. They are put in the ground in a V shape, like arrow shape, all around, to prevent floods and to prevent the horses to fall down, to trip and fall down. Yeah. Anyway, this is what I'm working on now, and it's a repetitive project, because it's one row, one row, one row, one row, one row. You do the special single crochet in one way, and the next row you do the special single crochet backwards. And you have to get used, as I said, to the rhythm of this special stitch, so you get kind of in a zone that you can make it and not get it mixed up. So I hope you enjoyed this video and my story about the herringbone stitch project I'm working on. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel and come back next week. Anyway, stay calm and crochet and have fun. I'll see you.